I look at it, and he's forgotten his former sins. And I really think this is just amazing to read the Bible. Can you imagine being in Jerusalem on the day of Pentecost? And here, Peter stands up and he's speaking, and all these people are saying, what a situation where he disregards the fact that he was once purged, purified from his old sins. He's not thinking about that any longer. He doesn't think about what that was like or what he goes through now. We see people living around us, and we see people living in a great way that way. Chris?
But I agree with everything you said, and I do think, though, that it is somewhere our responsibility at least to address that with that person if you know them, to try to bring them back to Christianity. You may fail, you may be successful, but it is our duty as Christians to talk to them about it. And don't just let it linger.
Okay, I believe you are correct. We're called upon to do that. I think you are. It's not where we're absolved from all responsibility there. We need to try to reach them, to bring them back, to let them, hopefully to get them to remember once again what it was like when they became Christians, and they did what God asked them to do. Thank you, Chris. Anybody else have a comment you want me? Anybody want to make a comment? Feel free to. Just like I say, just get my attention so I can know that you're there. So he tells us the next verse. He says, "Therefore, my brethren, be more diligent." I like this thought right here. We looked at this idea of diligent a while back up here in another verse up here, because this diligence is something that really is important. The idea behind it is to hasten, and that means I'm doing it and I'm hastening to do it. He's saying, make sure that you hasten to do these things. Be diligent. We talked about this word a little bit too last time that when we were here. We talked about the idea of it. We're putting forth every effort that we have. That's what this diligence is. Sometimes we may not feel like being a Christian. Sometimes we may not feel like doing certain things, but we keep on doing it. Because God's going to be, we know the choose our calling and election, that's where the word elect means choose. So that's the idea behind this. By the way, some of you know, I use New American Standards, what I'm using up here. A good while ago, there was a fellow by the name of John Calvin. And John Calvin, if I understand some of his teaching right, he thought that God chooses, he elects certain people to be saved or to be lost. His thinking was that this all happened before God ever made the world. And so before God ever made the world, this is what he did. These people are going. You see, Peter's just looking at some things and right here to look. I want us to look at a few scriptures here to look at this, because some things will contradict this, and you can think of probably some more. Turn over to your Bibles, if you would, to Acts chapter 10 and verse 34. In Acts chapter 10, of course, we have